All right, chat. It's been a very long time. It's been a very, very, very long time. But I present to you once again a lot of your favorite series. Roll for Sandwich. We're starting off on episode 367, which apparently is just not here, but I have it as a saved one. So that's what we're going to do. All right, lock in. Episode 367.
Blood Hunters, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these dice that have real sprinkles.
Wait, I just realized I forgot to change my category. Hold on. Lock back in. My bad.
Inside that were made for me by a viewer. Thanks. Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 1. Banana planks. Banana planks are a variant of stage plank cookies, which are a sort of gingerbread cookie coated in icing. In this case,
oh, we're starting off strong, huh?
Artificially banana flavored icing. They are decently solid, hopefully solid enough to stand up to being made into a sandwich.
Why not? Wait, now I want s'mores. I don't know why, but I want s'mores now.
Next up, let's roll for Maine. 12. Butter the bread and re-roll. Why is it that I always seem to hit butter when I don't have actual bread? The last time we hit butter, I had to butter a pickle. Twice.
Butter panini.
And now I'm going to be buttering
banana
these
crackers.
Banana planks. Great. Maybe it'll keep them from getting soggy. All right, re-rolling for Maine. Smoked leg of lamb. I brought this smoked leg of lamb back from Iceland with me. I tried some while I was in Iceland. It is very smoky. Traditionally eaten on flatbread with butter, so we're kind of close to that.
Wait, that looks so good.
Next up, let's roll for cheese. 4. Chihuahua. Chihuahua cheese, also known as queso menonita, is a cheese from the state of Chihuahua, Mexico. We're going to build ourselves a nice layer here on top of our lamb. This is the second time this week we've paired Chihuahua cheese with sheep. Only on Roll for Sandwich.
Other than the cracker,
Next up, let's roll for some roughage. 6 lettuce and 11 none. Well, that's got to be the most boring roughage roll in RFS history. Probably for the best, though.
No, that's probably good.
Our sandwich on cookies. All right, let's get wild with our wild magic roll. 6 Pocky. Pocky is a Japanese snack consisting of biscuit
these are
sticks
good.
dipped
I don't know
in
about
chocolate,
a sandwich.
or in this case, a strawberry white chocolate. Because you know what this sandwich needed was more cookies. And
but I feel like that's not going to, like,
fruit flavor.
There's a lot of bad things you could have got. I feel like that's not one of them.
This is a weird one. All right, last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 19, Kewpie mayo. Back at it again with our Japanese mayo, perhaps summoned to this sandwich by our Pocky. You know, for once, I might not be the first person to do this. Somebody's got to have eaten Pocky dipped in Kewpie mayo.
I feel like this might not be bad.
All right, let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
I think I would try this.
Do our best to get our toothpicks in here without completely shattering our sandwich.
I'd try it.
I think we're just going to cheat and go through the holes in the planks. All right. Sure, that'll work. Dan, let's see if we can cut this in half. Maybe I should have used a serrated knife.
I probably just wouldn't have cut it.
There we go. That'll work. And let's take a look at that cross section. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'd try it.
Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're bad.
I'd do it.
Sometimes they're just weird. Today is definitely the latter. Let's taste it. That is incredibly confusing. At first, it kind of tastes like a Lunchable with the meat and the cheese in between crunchy crackers, but then all of a sudden, there's like a ghost of a s'more in there. Like that smoked lamb tastes so much like a campfire. When you mix it with the sweet banana and strawberry stuff, it's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like tasting two completely different things. It doesn't
sound bad though.
For all its weirdness,
I think this is like a 6-2.
Definitely had worse on this show. And for having cookies as bread, it could have held together a lot worse.
Maybe a 6-6?
Still, I'm only at about a 3.7 for this one, and I'm going to call it.
How do you say it's good, but not that bad? What?
Walk the plank. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again.
That was such a tame sandwich for a 6 or for a 3. I think I've seen like a lobster sandwich get higher than that. All right, lock in next.
Good afternoon, peace, pirates, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these green, teal, and orange Gemini dice from
You lost your touch? No, my touch has never been lost in my entire life.
Let's get started with our roll for bread. 4, potato. Potato bread is a soft bread that uses potato flour. We're going to go ahead and use our toast bread cantrip to get a couple slices toasted up here.
Okay.
Those look pretty good to me. Not a bad start.
Okay.
Next up, let's roll for Maine. 10, corned beef. Corned beef is salt-cured beef brisket, and it's absolutely delicious.
Ooh, I haven't had corned beef in a long time. I kind of want some. Ooh. Okay.
Its name has nothing to do with the vegetable corn, though, but comes from the large pieces of salt used in the process called salt corns. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 1. Vegan Gouda. I've tried a few different vegan cheeses over the time of making this show, and in my opinion, this is one of the better ones. I found usually the issue with replicating cheese is getting the texture right, and whether you can get it to melt like real cheese. The texture of this is pretty good, and other than the smoke flavor being a little exaggerated, it tastes good too. All right, let's roll for some roughage. 3 celery and 7 sport peppers. Well, we're not out of these celery-cursed woods yet. At least it's not double celery. As much as I want to continue to troll, I'm going to be cutting them in longer strips today so that they stay on the sandwich better. They'll give us a little crunch on our sandwich and balance the spiciness.
It's a sport pepper.
Sport peppers are pickled medium green chilies that are one of the classic condiments used on Chicago-style hot dogs. Coincidentally, so is celery salt.
Chat, are Chicago-style hot dogs actually good? I feel like they're just all hype. I feel like a hot dog is a hot dog no matter how you put on it. You know what I mean? They're gas.
So there's at least kind of a tangential relationship between the celery and these peppers. They're nice and vinegary and have a little heat to them and should be great with the corned beef. Let's get wild with our wild magic roll.
Damn, we got bopped by the bot for saying trust. I think that's a sign from God. Guy said no trust and the bot insta one tapped him. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the bot's telling me something.
13 celery salt. Okay, I was joking about the whole celery curse thing, but celery salt on celery again? Shaq, where you at, man? Do your powers only extend to fish? Well, I already told you how celery salt and sport peppers go together, so that's good, I guess. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go.
There's like 10 different ways to cook a hot dog. What is there? Boil, grill, microwave, air fryer, I guess, but I wouldn't do that. What? How else? Fried? Stop. Campfire? You're oil frying your hot dogs, chat? Pan fried? I feel like pan fried is just grilled without having a grill. If you're frying your hot dogs in oil, I'm a little concerned.
14 Sour Baby hot sauce. We've got
That might be good though, to be honest.
Sour Baby from Fat Baby Hot Sauce from right here in Grand
I understand the top comment now.
Rapids, Michigan. This is a fresh habanero and sweet lemon hot sauce. So combined with the sport peppers, it's gonna be a spicy one today. You know, they often give you celery as a side dish for buffalo wings. So maybe today's actually a celery blessing. It'll cool things off a little bit. Let's go ahead and get it closed up here. Let's get our toothpicks in to hold it together.
The celery stick that just rolled out as cinema.
And let's take a look at that cross section. I've seen worse.
That
Well,
cheese
St.
is
Patrick's Day
horrendous.
isn't for another week, but I'll take a corned beef sandwich.
Chat, I have hit the point in life that I've tried every alternative under the sun. I feel like I've tried alternatives to milk. I've tried alternatives to cheese. I've tried alternatives to meat, bread, everything. They're always horrendous. Like, just eat the original or don't eat it at all.
Sandwich today?
Pick one.
Hopefully everything's come together to something pretty decent.
The only thing I think I found that's like somewhat similar is like if you like beer, like alcoholic beer versus non-alcoholic beer is pretty much the same.
Give it a taste. Yeah, that's not too bad. I know I said the smokiness of that vegan cheese was a little exaggerated, but combined with the corned beef, it's pretty nice.
Goat is a different
spicy,
type. I mean,
but
alternatives.
the celery does seem to help a little bit. It could definitely use more sauce. A mayo or similarly creamy second sauce would help balance the spice and also help with the dryness of the sandwich. But all in all, it actually ended up a little bit better than I expected. I'm gonna give this one a 6.9, and I'm gonna call it Baby No Mayo. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day. And
Damn, I forgot to give a rating. My
Good
bad.
afternoon.
I just saw your Insta. Congrats on buying a Ferrari. I think you got the wrong flats.
Sega Samurai, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these Borealis Kelp green dice from Chessex Dice. Let's get started with our roll for bread. 2 English muffin. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of English muffins. I'm much more of a bagel guy when it comes to breakfast specific.
Okay, bagels are definitely better. I'll give you that because you get more surface area. But a good buttered English muffin hits like a truck.
Breads, but that's all right. We'll make things work here. On the plus side, if it's a bad sandwich, it'll be a pretty small bad sandwich. We're gonna go ahead and use our toast bread cantrip to get our English muffin toasted up here. And there we go, ready to build the rest of our sandwich. Let's roll for Maine. 9, ham. Well, we seem to be on track to make a breakfast sandwich this episode. Ham is about the safest thing we could have rolled here. Not that I'm complaining in the slightest. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 1, vegan Gouda. Back again with that vegan Gouda. It's honestly pretty good if it does have a little bit of an exaggerated smoke flavor. Honestly, the spread's so small, I think I'm just gonna go with 1 slice today. All right, let's roll for our roughage. Double ones, double dried goji berries. Goji berries are a fruit native to East Asia, though they've become increasingly more available in the West due to
What are
unsubstantiated
goji
health and wellness marketing. In this dried form, they taste and feel a bit like raisins.
You guys had these?
They would definitely be more at home as a topping for a bowl of oatmeal or yogurt than they would on a sandwich. But that's never stopped me before, so we'll see how it goes. All right, let's get wild with our wild magic roll. 2, curse. Well, unfortunately, that means it's time to draw from our curse deck. This will impart to us a lasting effect that may affect this episode, next episode, or many following episodes. We'll make sure to mix our cards up a little bit here.
Oh, no.
And just pick one, I guess. And we've drawn Counterspell. While this curse is active, whenever you cast a spell, roll a d6. On a 4 to 6, the spell is successfully cast. On a 1 to 3, the spell fails, but the spell slot is still expended, and only then is the curse lifted. So basically, this is going to stick around until it messes up one of our spells. Great.
Oh.
And last but not least, it's the D20
Wait, does that work on the
sauce roll. Here we go.
cantrip? Because then you can just do that on bread and then you
spread.
win. You're good to go.
This is a spread that is basically a jam or a preserves, but it goes even further. As preserves have chunks of fruit in it, this has basically some whole
Preserves, ass. Jelly, way to go.
blueberries in it. There are much worse times to roll this than this episode in particular. It should go well.
I don't
on the
like
English muffin,
chunky jelly,
and
which is
should be
basically what
fine
this
with
is.
the goji berries, and honestly, ham and cheese are pretty forgiving. Let's get it closed up here.
And by what I mean by I don't
Get our
like it,
toothpicks
I
in
mean
to
I
hold
don't
it
prefer
together.
it. I'll eat it, but I'm not.
And let's
I'm
get it
not.
cut in half.
It's not what I would want. Also, this is just messy.
And
It's
let's take a look at that cross section.
It's a very, very messy.
Okay. Well, the dice seem to have at least kind of a plan today, though they did stick me with that curse card. Hopefully this sandwich isn't a curse on my taste buds. Nothing left to do but to taste it. Here we go. While the sweetness from the blueberry is definitely a dominant flavor, but it goes really nicely with the English muffin.
I feel like
The
he's
ham
gonna
and cheese
like
are
it.
both nice, giving a little bit more savoriness.
feel like he's gonna give you like a
And that
7-3.
smoke flavor from the cheese comes through and kind of makes this taste like barbecue, especially when it mixes with the jam. Honestly, not tasting the goji berries too much, but they make their presence known texture-wise, and it's not something that makes the sandwich better. They're quite a bit chewier than raisins, and
maybe
there's just
not.
way too many on the sandwich in general.
Maybe a 6.
Still, this could have been a lot worse. The flavors generally work. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 6.6, and I'm going to call it Oops All Berry.
Close.
Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again next time.
Close.